Hi, friends. This is Angela. Welcome to Homeschool Unrefined, the podcast where we keep homeschool simple, real, and fun. Today, we're dropping in a bonus mini episode for you. We found some goodies in the archives and thought you'd enjoy a fun surprise in your podcast feed. But first, we need your help. Word of mouth is still the best way to help a podcast grow, so we're calling on you, listeners, to spread the word about Homeschool Unrefined. We're growing, and we're so excited about that, but there are still lots of homeschool parents who haven't found us yet. One of the ways you can help people find us is by sharing us on social media. You know Instagram is our favorite spot on the internet, and it's where many new listeners discover us. So first things first, if you're not following us there, definitely go do that right now. We are at Homeschool Unrefined. Once you're following us, will you share us? Share our posts to your stories. Post about your favorite episodes. Tag your friends in our comments. Tell people why you love Homeschool Unrefined. Help people find us by sharing us. And be sure to tag us when you do. We'll share some of your sharing with our followers. Sharing is caring, after all, and it's a great way to connect with like-minded homeschool friends. Okay, thanks for helping us out. And now, here's a bonus mini episode. All right, let's move on to our listener question. This comes from Bethany. I would love to know how you all handle bored kids. My 8-year-old is going through an I'm bored phase, and I keep saying in my head, boredom's a gift, boredom's a gift. But I tend to start faulting myself. So maybe I should be playing with her instead of cleaning, or I really should be setting up more friend time, or I haven't taught her how to be bored yet.
Right. Oh my gosh.
I was chuckling a little because I say boredom's a gift. Boredom's a gift, but really it's sometimes just does not feel that way.
I love it when your kids come up to you and say they're bored and you get a big smile on your face. And you're like, ooh, something good's about to happen.
Yeah. They laugh now. They're like, no, Mom, I'm really bored.
No, seriously.
Stop that. I'm bored. Oh, this is hard. This is really hard. Do you have any great answers, Marin?
Well, I think it's okay for kids to be bored, number one.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for kids to be bored. Then they have to start thinking and using their brain. And I know it's not fun for everyone.
Right, because like it'd be
bored,
fine if they were bored just hanging out by themselves. I could handle that. But when they're bored bugging you about how bored they are?
Or bugging their siblings and then they start fighting.
Yeah, then that's not good.
No. So I mean, I don't know if I have any like systematic things because I'm not really a systematic person necessarily, but I do like to prepare my environment. I think that's one of my favorite things to do. And I think, what are my kids interested in doing right now? And I try to fill up the house with creative things that they can do. Yeah. Things that are very open-ended. Okay. So that, and I mean, I think games are great, but they can last 20 minutes and then what? You know what I mean? But I think, like blocks, that could be an all day project.
Right.
So that's why, I don't know. I just think of those things where, my son really loves to build and I don't know, kind of make things that it's a little bit like engineering or something, but so I try to get those kind of tools out for him. And then the other kids kind of do it too, because it's there.
Yeah.
And I think this does not have to be expensive or complicated. Blank paper and markers and a few art supplies goes a long way. I mean, it really does. It goes a long way. Audiobooks.
Yeah, we love audiobooks.
Yep. You're like, yeah.
Yep, that's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you?
I would say I'm a little different than you, so I'm going to give a different side here. I try and do all that open-ended stuff, and some of my 2 children, who are never bored, latch onto that independent stuff real easily. Mm-hmm. And then I have one child who's always bored, who's like, when I suggest the independent stuff, like, why don't you play with blocks? No. Why don't you play with the art supplies? No. Why don't you read this book I got? No. And everything is a big no to what I suggest.
Yeah.
And so what I did today, this is what I do when it gets bad, is I just make them do something. Just make them. And
Yeah.
so, okay, like I wholeheartedly believe that being bored is great and they should find their own things to do when they're
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, I can't handle it because
Right.
it's too much for me, either the fighting or the bugging me about it. So then I gotta force something on them.
Right. Right.
And so I will say, like today, before we were recording, my kids, I could tell they were getting itchy
Mm-hmm.
and the fighting was gonna start happening
Yeah.
because they were all kind of a little bit bored. And so I said, okay, this is what we're gonna do when I'm recording. You are gonna play 3 games together. You each pick
That's so
one.
great.
What's your game? What's your game and your game? Okay, you're going to play those 3 games while I'm recording. That's what you're
so
doing.
Great.
And then there was grumbling, and they were
Yeah.
like, well, but I was really looking forward to finally getting to do this or whatever. And I'm like, I don't care. You
Yep.
know, you had the morning to do that stuff.
Yep.
And now this is what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You're going to do this together. So, I don't know.
That's so good. I mean, once they get a taste of like having to do things,
Yeah.
then it's not as fun to, complain to your parents.
Say you're bored.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe they won't say they're bored if they don't like it.
Right.
My husband's big. Oh, go ahead.
I also made an extra chores chart for the summer.
Yeah.
So if you want to earn some money, here's some extra chores you can do. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
another thing
good.
you can do if you're bored.
I was going to say Jeremy's big thing. If anybody ever tells him he's bored, he puts him to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're bored? Okay, I'm going to give you a job to do. Oh, no, wait, I'm not bored anymore.
Yeah.
And I should do that. I forget. And then also, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be managing that chore.
Yeah.
I want to be a little bit more hands off, but I got to remember to assign chores.
That is
Yeah.
so interesting. You know what's so funny? I just thought of this. Like, last year, I think my kids were super into just bike riding, just up and
Oh.
down our street. No
Yep.
big deal. They're just totally not into it this year, and
That's
I don't
interesting.
understand. So that's why I feel like there's sometimes when you're like, when our kids are bored and you're like really trying to push something,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're just like, no.
Nope.
I mean, I don't know what else you can do, except I think the more I try to push it, the less they want to do it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
even
And
if
I
I
think-
mention something to somebody, sometimes that already has turned them off to
Right.
it.
I feel like sometimes they just want to say that they're bored. And so maybe they're looking for something else, like looking for a little
Yeah,
bit more
yeah.
connection or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like anything I suggest is not,
Right.
it just gets a big no. So I have to
Yes.
think about what's really behind that. But a lot of times I don't have time for that.
Right.
So it's a challenge.
It's so true. I think my goal with this is for my kids to figure out what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. What are they interested in?
Yeah. And
What
but
excites
that's a huge skill though, and I don't
Yeah.
think we can expect it of kids to to be very proficient at that.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
we have a hard time as adults figuring out what we want to do in our spare time
Right,
sometimes,
right.
or we choose not the greatest things sometimes to do in our
Yeah.
spare time too.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Another thing I could do that I should do, probably do, and I've done this before, is brainstorm a big list. When they're
Yeah.
not bored,
yes,
at another time, let's brainstorm a big list of things that you like doing
yeah,
that then if you ever feel bored, you can look at your list.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That is so great.
Yeah. So I hope that helps, Bethany.
I put together a folder for each
Mhm.
kid for the summer, and it
Oh.
has it's going to have their reading plan in it,
Okay.
and then also the extra chores chart is in there.
Oh,
And maybe I should put if you're bored,
yeah.
do these things.
If you're
or
bored.
ideas
Yeah. That's a great
to
idea.
put in there. They can just go grab that.
Where do you have that folder?
Well, they each have a cubby.
Oh, in their cubby.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah. Good.